You. You.
Сәлеметсіздер ме? Қазір 1 минут. Қазір бастаймыз. Барлығы қосылсын. Everybody, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see you all here. So today we have gathered in this Zoom platform. Why? In order to learn new methods, strategies of teaching English language. So before starting our seminar, let me first introduce myself. Just a second. So I'm Zhanargul Khamitova, a hardworking individual who is eager to be challenged and experience new things. I'm a teacher of 173 school ATM, been working here for about 5 years. I'm a graduate of Mississippi Valley State University. I had internship in London Academy of Management Sciences. Also, I got my master's degree from Kazakh State Women Teacher Training University. As you see over here, I'm also of Speak English program. You can over here you can learn one language, one level in 1 month. So this is my handwriting book, which is called. If you want to get 45 out of 45 in United Testing System, you can read this book. It's the second time I'm conducting seminar. About 4 years ago, I conducted my first seminar. I attended in Republican seminar. So let me show you all of my awards, diplomas, achievements in these 5 years. 6 years ago, I used to work in Francis School. I can say that it was the best experience for me because over there, I found out all of the strategies, methods of teaching English. This is also one example of it. So here, I want to show you that all of my certificates of my students becoming an IELTS teacher comes with a long list of benefits. As you can see over here that most of the students got more than 7.5 band. So one example is one of my students, Bakhtova, so he was a winner of Flex program. What is Flex program? Flex, it's Future Leaders Exchange program. Now he's studying in the United States, in Illinois City, in a city which is called Allwood. So one more award this year, I got Grand Prix, which is called in one Republican competition. It was award from the Ministry of Education and Sciences, Askhate Magambetov. So how it's called, my program, it's called DDR, Definition, Description, Revise. But before, from my official 5 years of experience as a teacher, I can say that I came to conclusion that I made my teaching easy. How? Let me share you some programs and strategies. I don't want to waste our time by talking about simple strategies, methods, techniques that you can easily find from the internet. I also think that in this world, which is abundant with new technologies, you can surprise anyone with your methods, strategies, techniques. Everyone can easily find on the internet. But there is a great Kazakh quote, right? Білгенің 1.9, білмегенің 99. It means that you can always learn new things. It's never late to learn. So we should always be eager to learn new things. Why? Because it can open us new opportunities. Before starting our seminar, I have one question. How do you call a person who is eager to learn new things? How do you call such a person? Could you please answer? Who can answer? How do you call a person who is eager to learn new things? How do we call such a person? Please, teachers. Is there anyone who wants to answer? How do we call such person who is eager to learn new things? Yes? Curious, right? It's a person who is curious, who is eager to learn, who is, how can we say, who loves learning, right? Then enthusiastic, you can say, fertile mind, maybe.
I guess motivated.
Yes, okay, then other ideas. How do we call a person who is eager to learn new things?
Who has ambitious.
Who has ambitious, okay. Person who has desire to learn, then studious person, inquisitive person, if I'm not mistaken, inquisitive, right?
Inquiring.
Okay, then.
Inquiring.
Yes.
Investigative.
Investigate, good job. Then teachable, right? Teachable. Okay, so another question. How do we express willingness to learn? How do we express it? Could you be so kind to answer, please? How do we express willingness to learn? We study, we learn, then. We should highlight our dedication to learn, then maybe embrace all the new technologies. How do we express our willingness to learn? Okay, please show me your participation beyond just listening to me. Okay, so if you are ready, let's start. The first one, let's start with the programs, which is called Word Wall. The easy way to create your own teaching resources. Over here on the picture, you can see the teacher, interactives, and printables. How do we use it? Let's talk about interactives and principles. So Word Wall can be used to create both interactive, printable activities. Most of our templates are available in both interactive and printable versions. Interactives are played on any verb-enabled device, like a computer, tablet, phone, interactive whiteboard. They can be played individually by students or, let's say, teacher-led with students taking turns at the front of the class. What is printables? Printables can print it out directly or download it as a PDF file. They can be used as a companion to the interactive or as standalone activities. So let's talk about how to create using templates. Our activities are created using a template system. These templates include familiar classics like quiz, crossword. We also have arcade-style games like math chess, airplane, and there are classroom management tools such as Sit and Plan. To make a new activity, you start by selecting your template and then enter your content. It's easy and means you can create a fully interactive activity in only a couple of minutes. So right now, let's select a template to learn more. For example, in my classroom, I usually use this one, random wheel. Now I'm going to show you one video. You can easily say how it's interesting to use a random wheel in English language. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, let's keep going. As you see, in this lesson, I've used random wheel. You can also use group sort, missing word, find the match, unjumble, matching paste, label diagram, word search, open the box, random cards, anagram, game show quiz, crossword, true or false, maze chase, and flip tiles, as you see. So next, where can I find a list of templates? You can on the home page, you will see a list of templates at the bottom. Okay, you see over here, first thing you do is pick a template. Second, enter your content. Then print out your activities or play on the screen. Because you, in the first slide, I've shown you that there are two ways. First one is interactive, and the second one is principles. So next one, how many templates do you get? First one, it depends on which type of account you have. In total, there are 34 interactive and 21 principles, but 34 interactive and 21 principles are only in a free version. Okay, so can I submit ideas or suggest changes to your template? Of course, you can use this help.wordwall.net. If you want. Next one, switching template. Once you've created an activity, you can switch it to different template with a single click. This saves you time and is great for differentiation and reinforcement. For example, if you created a match activity based on the names of shapes, you could turn it to crossword with exactly the same shape names. In the same way, we can turn your resources into quiz or word search or many more possibilities too. Next one, as you see, for example, the same irregular verbs, two forms of English. Okay, so over here, it's very easy to use. It's easy to teach if you use interactives, which is called match up. Next one, how do I switch my activities template? First of all, look for the switch template panel on the right-hand side of every activity page. The original template is listed at the top with all the other options underneath. How many templates can I switch into? It varies depending on both the starting template and the nature of your content. We attempt to convert your content into as many other templates as possible, so potentially those lists. Okay, we list the best few options for each format directly in the switch template panel. The more esoteric option can be found under show all. Next one, if you're not seeing the template option you want, you can go following reason can limit the number of available options. Some templates like anagram, word search only work with plain text. Okay, so if your material contains images, numbers, facial characters, you can't always convert them into those text-based templates. Random wheel, it's one template that I love using in my English classes. So edit any activity. There is no need to settle for pre-made activities. If you find an activity but it's not quite right, you can easily customize the material to suit your class and your teaching style. So how do I edit an activity? On any activity page, you can find an edit content link underneath the activity itself. After adapting the activity's content, click done to save the changes. What happens if I edit a public activity? The public version can only be modified by the original author, but you'll get a private copy which you are free to edit. Over here, for example, proverbs, you see? So you should choose the proverb and say Kazakh Russian equivalent. For example, east or west, home is best. Could you translate it or just tell me equivalent in Kazakh or Russian language? East or west, home is best. Yes, please.
Гостях хорошо, дома лучше.
Okay, it's in Russian. What about in Kazakh language?
Өз үйім, өлең төсегім.
Good job. Okay, what about the second proverb? Power is in knowledge. Knowledge is in books. How would you translate? Or just if you know equivalents in Kazakh or Russian, could you please share with us? Power is in knowledge.
Сила в знании, знания в книгах.
Okay, what about in Kazakh
Так,
language?
да, примерно.
Yes, good job. What about in Kazakh language?
Кітап білім бұлағы.
Okay. Other ideas? Power is in knowledge. Kush bilimde, right? Okay. All is not gold that glitters. How would you translate into Kazakh or Russian? All is not gold that glitters.
Все не золото, что блестит.
Okay.
Все то золото, что блестит. Мгм.
Good job. Okay. In Kazakh, жылтырағанның бәрі алтын.
Алтын емес. Ага.
Thank you. Okay. Health is better than wealth.
Здоровье превыше всего. Здоровье.
What about in Kazakh?
Денсаулық, зор байлық.
Денсаулық, зор байлық. Okay, good. Next one. Over here, themes and options. Interactives can be presented in different themes. Each theme changes the look and feel with different graphic fonts and sound. You'll also find further options to set a timer change or gameplay. So how do I set a timer? Almost every template has a timer setting in the options panel underneath the themes. You can change this in advance of starting the game. So next one, student assignment. How do we set student assignment? Word wall activities can be used as student completed assignments. When a teacher sets an assignment, students are directed to that one activity without the distraction of visiting the main activity page. Each student's results are recorded and made available to the teacher. Next one, how do you set up an assignment? Everything is written over here. If you want, I can send it to your emails after seminar. Next one, sharing with teachers. Any activity you create can be made public. This allows you to share its activity page link via email, on social media, or via other means. If you prefer, you can keep activities private, which means only you can access it. Next one, embedding on the verb side. And so the most important thing is our theme is strategies, creative thinking reading. How do you understand the word creative thinking reading? How can we use creative thinking in a reading task, for example? Any ideas? Any volunteers who want to answer? Creative thinking reading. It means teams of students work together to solve assigned problems using text provided by the teacher. Second strategy is dream diary. Dream diary, students keep a diary of their dreams and then can use the images and ideas to relate to learning activities or experiences. The third strategy is called deliberation. What is that? We need to ask students to support one point of view on topic, then second support opposing point of view. And of course, write position paper. Next one is affinity. Okay, it's also called as a brainstorming approach. So right now, let's talk about some of the best examples of creative thinking skills may include. For example, visual reading, out-of-the-box thinking, copywriting, artistic creativity, problem solving, analytical mind, divergent thinking. I have one question over here. In order to speak fluently, right, we need a wide range of vocabulary. Let's use our critical thinking, our creative thinking, and answer this question. Question is, what is flower? What is flower, guys? Sorry, teachers. What is flower? is there anyone who can explain what is flower? But
It's a beautiful plant.
We all did different things. My
okay,
uncle asked me if I wanted to go to the cinema to see a sci-fi film, but he surprised me and took me to a racing circuit, and I drove a racing car. It was awesome, I'll bet. What about the others? Your sister wants to swim with dolphins, didn't she? Yes, but that weekend she decided to go scuba diving on her own.
okay. So flower, who can explain what is flower? Someone said it's beautiful. Then we should use our creativity, critical thinking, problem solving skills. What is flower? When I ask
It's a
it's beautiful. Okay, then
beautiful plant.
okay, then other ideas. When I asked my students about what is flower, it was just a simple question, right? Flower. What answers I got? Everybody was saying that it's very beautiful, right? We give flowers to our mom, to girls. Flower is some type of present, some type of gift, right? Everybody loves flower, especially women and girls. But what is
Girls.
flower? How can we use our critical thinking skills, creative thinking skills in order to speak fluently about flower? Any ideas? What is flower? Flower is beautiful.
Maybe it's a plant which produce oxygen.
Yes. Okay, it produces oxygen. Good job. Then any ideas? Please be active. Don't be shy.
Flower is a present which we get from men.
Yes, it's a present that we get. Okay, that's how.
Flowers. We decorate our garden.
Okay, good job.
Flowers. Decorate our garden.
Beautiful. We get it from our, let's say, from our friends, men. Then, what is flower? How can we use our critical thinking skills in order to speak fluently about flower? For example, when I was passing IELTS testing, in speaking part 2, I had a question, what is flower? What do you think? How did I answer to that question? No answer?
It's a present for women, for example.
Okay, it's a present for women.
Present for women or for men.
Okay.
For birthday.
Okay, I have one technique that I always love using. It's called if you ask me. If you ask me to speak about flower, I can say that it plays significant role in our culture. For example, if we compare Russian culture and with Kazakh culture, we can see the absolutely big difference of usage of flower, right? For example, let's imagine there is a funeral. For example, Kazakh people, they never give flowers in funeral.
Yes.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying that your answers are not true, but or your answers are not right. All the answers are accepted, but sometimes we have to think a little bit deeply, right? Yes, I understand that you used like description, definition, and so on. But just a second, our teachers are doing in our seminar. So, but in general, we should always use critical thinking and creative thinking. So let's continue. How do you develop creative thinking? How can we develop our creative thinking? First one is brainstorm ideas. Brainstorming sessions can go a long way in generating ideas. Role play scenarios, frame the issue, make the most of creative flow. Stay open-minded and flexible. Keep your ego out of it, okay? Because we should always be learn new things. Next one, directed paraphrasing. What is directed paraphrasing? Next strategy we use is called dramatizing. Students stories of historical events. Just a second. Галия Куатхан. Okay, next one is minute paper. An end of a class reflection in which students write briefly to answer the question, what did you learn today? And what question you still have? Everybody knows that in Kazakh or in Russian, it's called reflexiya, right? Reflexiya. At the end of the class, we always ask question like, what did I learn? Or what did you learn? Most of the people think that this theory came from the updated program, but we do have it in, if I'm not mistaken, 15th book of wisdom of Abay Khanbayev, reflection. Asking yourself, what did I do in a month, in a week, in a day, and so on. Okay, we have just 10 minutes left, so let's conclude. Next one is observation logs. An observation log is a form of journal kept by a student to assist a guiding observation. Students typically ask it to answer specific questions during the course of keeping observation log. Another one of the most important strategies, which is called Phillips 66. What is that? You should divide students into groups of 6 and give them 6 minutes to perform some tasks. Tasks may range from simple discussion to the solving of complex problems. Next one is vanity plates. What is that? Students design a vanity plate that depicts a concept, topic, problem, question being studied. Okay, Socratic seminar. Socratic seminar, students explore and evaluate ideas, issues, values in a particular text. A seminar begins with an open-ended question to start the students reflecting on the meaning of the text. Next one is jumbled summary. What is that? Teacher presents randomly ordered keywords and phrases from a lesson to students. Students put the terms and phrases in a logical order to show understanding. One more strategy we can use in teaching English is called line up. What is line up? Students' teams are given concepts that can be put in order. Each team member holds one concept and members line up to represent the correct order. Next one is called guest speakers. What is guest speakers? Guest speakers come into the classroom to share specialized knowledge about their profession or their hobbies. Guest speakers help to form connection between knowledge acquired in the classroom or the real world application. Instead of guest speaker, for example, you can invite students who got great reward achievement, who entered as a university for scholarship and so on. So checklist, I do have my own checklist. If you want, I can share it with you after the seminar. Students develop a listing of criteria to assess a product, report, presentation, and process. So bus session, what is bus session? It's small group discussions. So ticket to lead, where students respond in writing or verbally to short assignments. Next one is turn and share, okay? 2-minute talks and work-based learning. So that's almost all. Thank you for attention. If you have any question, you can ask. Thanks for joining the seminar. I hope that it was very useful. I understand that we can't talk all the strategies. There are more than 200 strategies to use in English language classroom, but I've chosen only 10 of them. So if you want, I can send to your emails all other 200 strategies after this seminar. So, any questions?
No, no questions. Thank you very much.
Questions. Thank you for. We have got more information about teaching English. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.